All right. The purpose of this video is simple. It's to keep you informed because the 49ers have a long, complicated injury list right now. It's not necessarily bad news. It just is what it is. They're taking this veteran mini camp very, very cautiously, as they should. They're going to pack up for the summer after the session coming up on Wednesday. And you all should know where every single injured player stands. So we're going to go through all of that. And our friend Cam Inman out of practice today got this Brandon Aiyuk video. Credit to Cam Inman. This destroys a lot of ridiculously slanted social media arguments over the course of the past few days. Brandon Aiyuk with his teammates. Brandon Aiyuk probably will not be back at the start of training camp. That's to be expected, dealing with a torn ACL and torn MCL, but he is out on the field for the 49ers. That was today at minicamp. Had to show you that video to begin. Also, to begin, this is the quote of the day from Kyle Shanahan. This is context for everything. I almost want to cancel the whole week, but there's 20 guys out there who still really need this week, and there are 60 guys who are trying to get through this and not get them injured, and that's our biggest goal with everything. Shanahan in the past has cut some of these mini camps short, has cut some of these off-season programs short. This year, he has determined that about 20 guys do need to be out there, do need to get this work in. So they're going to bubble wrap as many guys as they need to get through this. And they've got one more practice to get through. The 49ers want this to happen without drama. I think that was the main theme from today. That was my instant reaction. You could watch it now. It's super dramatic because there is no drama, and that is a departure from years past. But anyway, full injury report. Here we go. Kerry Crowley was out there today for the San Francisco Standard. You can go check out the article. It is in the description. He's got it up here. He did a great job summarizing everything. And I think Kyle Shanahan helped as well with the run through the injury list, which we'll go through. But the ACL/MCL guys, those players are not expected to be back for the start of training camp. So that is Brandon Aiyuk. That is Malik Mustafa. That is the quarterback, Curtis Rourke. And that is the linebacker, Curtis Robinson. Aiyuk was more complicated than just an ACL tear. It was an MCL as well. So he will likely begin training camp on PUP. That is the physically unable to perform list. He could be activated from PUP at any time during camp. If he's not activated during camp, he can be transferred to the regular season PUP list. That would mean at least 4 weeks on the shelf before the 49ers could consider activating him. Same situation for Malik Mustafa. Same situation for Curtis Rourke. Same situation for Curtis Robinson. In fact, I would say it's likelier than not that Mustafa and Brandon Aiyuk missed the first 4 games of the season on that PUP list. Crazier things have happened that could turn around. They could be back for week 1, but I think that's the way that it's trending right now for the 49ers. In the case of Curtis Rourke, I think it's likeliest that he misses the entire season. I think the 49ers will redshirt him on injured reserve. That does not come from inside information. That just comes from my speculation, given the setup in the quarterback room. So if you want to see the setup for the 49ers right now, if we want to go to the big depth chart, we can stretch this out across the entire screen. We've got Aiyuk shaded in the injury pink, Curtis Rourke shaded in the injury pink, Curtis Robinson down here in an injury pink, and Malik Mustafa. Those are the 4 players dealing with the ACL tears. They are not expected to be back for the start of training camp. But then there are a series of other injuries that we do have to talk about. These are more minor, and I think that this should help some fans breathe easier about some of the absences that we saw at practice. So Kerry's article up on the screen, you can check it out there. I'm going to go through some of these injuries right now. Jair Brown, ankle surgery, expected back for the start of training camp. So the 49ers third-year safety is on target to be ready in a month and a half, whenever the 49ers do take the field for that first real camp practice. Ricky Pearsall would have been ready to go today, but the 49ers, again, are in bubble wrap mode, as they should be. These are non-padded practices. This is this is stuff for the young guys right now, right? This is not that serious. So Ricky Pearsall, who tweaked his hamstring a couple weeks ago, fully healthy now, but the 49ers did not want to take any chances as they head off into the summer. So Ricky Pearsall is not participating. Same thing with Jawan Jennings. It's a calf. It's not serious. It's going to be back by the start of training camp. Jennings had a really nice spring. I talked about that a little bit earlier today. Alfred Collins, who's the 49ers' second-round pick, the defensive tackle out of Texas, calf injury. That happened before the 49ers even drafted him. I think it was at his pro day. They've been taking it easy with Alfred Collins. I would put him in the same boat as Ricky Pearsall or Jawan Jennings right now. He'll be ready to go for camp. They did not want to blow anything here over the course of OTAs or veteran minicamp. This is some new information right now. Andre Dillard, this is the 49ers tackle. He's in line to be San Francisco's swing tackle, probably the top candidate to be the swing tackle. Austin Pleasance has gotten the first shot at that here over the course of OTAs and minicamp because Dillard had his Andre Dillard had his ankle scoped. So that's a little operation on the ankle, a little cleanup there, but he'll be good by training camp. That is directly from Kyle Shanahan. George Odom, seen him on the sideline talking with the DBs. He's one of the 49ers special teams aces. He has got a knee injury. He's rehabbing from the season. That was something that was bothering him over the course of 2024, but he should be good as well for the start of training camp. Yetur Gross-Matos, whose son was born about a week or two ago, he's got some old knee wear and tear, according to Kyle Shanahan. The 49ers are just being smart with Yetur. He should also be good with training camp. And Mykel Williams, the first-round pick, just a tight hamstring. The 49ers are being smart. He could probably practice this week, but they are just going to hold him until training camp. So same thing for Ricky Pearsall. Hamstring, a little bit of tightness. For Pearsall's a little bit of a tweak, but he's healthy now. The 49ers are just not in a mood to risk anything. And you can see Carey's headline here is the 49ers are taking a cautious approach to minicamp. It is not hard to see why, because this stuff in the large scheme of things doesn't really matter. You're trying to get some of the youngest guys on the roster some final work. That's why you're really happy that all the veterans are there, but you want this to proceed as drama-free as possible, and that means you don't want any guys getting seriously hurt. So you're not going to be pushing guys through, and the 49ers have a ton of minor stuff that they're just bubble wrapping their players for, and we're going to see essentially everybody that I listed there in that second part on the field for the start of training camp. The guys that you will not see in all likelihood are the players who are coming back from the ACLs who still have a little bit longer in their recovery. So I think it's fairly straightforward where the 49ers are right now. They're going to have one more practice. That's going to be coming up tomorrow, Wednesday. Robert Saleh is going to speak after this practice. Again, you're going to see a lot of youngsters. You're going to see a lot of healthy backup players. You're not going to see anybody with a tweaked hamstring out there. They're going to get through the practice. They're going to get the invaluable meeting room time for a lot of the young players, and then they are going to break for the summer. And guys are going to go off to their respective hometowns or wherever they're training over the summer, and they're going to be tasked with coming back in good shape for the start of training camp. So anybody trying to read more into this than is actually present is being an amateur. They don't understand how to track a camp, how to track a mini camp, how to track an NFL spring. This is the standard work that teams do year in, year out. And to be honest, the story for the 49ers right now is how ho-hum this has been this offseason. They haven't had that blessing in recent off seasons. This year, they've taken care of their business. Brock Purdy is looking good. The 49ers' young defenders are looking good. And we can't really say anything else. We can't go into in-depth analyses of these guys until they put on the pads, until they're all out there at training camp. And you need to make sure that you afford yourself the opportunity to be in that position when it does come. So that is the 49ers injury report. Remember, the 4 ACL guys, do not expect them back for the start of training camp. Then we'll see beyond that. Jair Brown Ricky Pearsall, Alfred Collins, Andre Dillard, Jawan Jennings, George Odom, Yetur Gross-Matos, and Michael Williams. All those guys, yes, expect them back for the start of training camp. Should be a robust July and August for the 49ers. There's your injury report. There was your look at Brandon Aiyuk out at practice, not practicing, but hanging out there with the receivers. He's coming along. We're going to have another big injury report in about a month and a half, and I'm sure it's going to look a whole lot different, a whole lot shorter than the current one that we just gave. All right, that was your emergency little injury live. We'll talk to you soon.